Stephanie with Traveling Ears Vacations. First of all, happy Tuesday. If you're not wearing donut ears while you're at work today, I mean, are you even working? Are you living? I don't know. But let's take a minute to admire how stinking cute the new donut ears are at Disney parks. I got these last week when we were in Disneyland, and I am obsessed. I love the colors. Like, they're totally different. As you can tell, all my ears back there are like black, blue, rose gold, silver, and so these are just like so fun, so springy. Totally go with my Mickey floral shirt from Crazy Corgi Lady Designs. And I mean, who doesn't need donut ears in their life? I don't know, but I'm not wearing this in this whole video because that would just be ridiculous. But anyway, so I have been asked this question so many times in the last like 2 years that I was just like, you know what? I just need to put together a video because it is way too much for like a simple text message or an email or, I mean, even a blog post really. So the number one question that I am asked as a Disney vacation planner is, why use a Disney travel agent to plan my Disney vacation? So first of all, the only real answer, in my opinion, is why not? But I'm going to go through kind of like all of the biggest aspects as to why you should use a Disney travel agent. Whether it's me or somebody else, I don't know. Or I mean, I do know it should be me. But what I mean is, I don't. Whether you use me or another Disney vacation planner, there are so many benefits to using somebody who does this full time. Somebody who devotes their time to planning your vacations. So these are really in no particular order. And I did receive some questions too, so I have some notes I'll be referring to answer some of those questions because I want to make sure that I answer any questions that you all may have had. So first of all, as a Disney vacation planner, we are authorized and contracted through Disney. So we don't report to any other company other than Disney. When I call to make a modification to a reservation, I call Disney. When I need to make a dining reservation or need help with fast passes or something's wrong with your My Disney Experience account, we call Disney. So everything that we do is from Disney. All of your money that you pay, even though I am the one that processes everything, it goes straight to Disney. It goes straight to your reservation. Like, there's nothing, no middleman, nothing in between. So we work directly with Disney. We are authorized through Disney because I have taken the courses to be authorized and contracted through Disney. So they have the Disney College of Knowledge courses that we have to complete. We have continuing education courses that we have to complete. We have monthly webcasts that we tune into whenever we can. I try to go to or attend every single one because they are so helpful. And we also have different conferences, showcases, like when new events are going on in the parks or anything new with the cruise lines come out. We can do tours. We can go check out any of the resorts. So we work to make sure that we can make the best recommendations for you. So it is my job to make sure that I stay educated in all things Disney, not just Disney World, not just Disneyland, Disney Cruise Line, Adventures by Disney, Alani, all of the different Disney destinations that are offered. It is my goal to be as up-to-date, educated on each of those because I plan all of those every single day. So the other big aspect, or probably the biggest reason why I would recommend using a Disney travel planner is because of the services that we're able to offer you. So first of all, I'm just going to say, and I will probably say this multiple times throughout this video, our services are 100% complimentary. So if you book a Disney vacation and a Disney vacation package, which includes like a resort and tickets, or just your tickets, it is all free to you. There's no catch, there's no hidden fee, there's no nothing. It is literally free to you. So I'll touch more on that in a little bit. But aside the fact that it's free, the services that we are able to offer you is what really kind of solidifies the decision to use a Disney travel agent. So all travel agents offer different services. I think every travel agent is very different. And that's kind of the beauty of this career, is we can make it what we want. And that's also why I'm so passionate about it, is because I'm big on planning each and every one of your vacations as if it were my own, or my own family or my own children going. So some of the services that I specifically provide, now I cannot speak for every Disney travel agent because like I said, we are all different. Every agency is different. Every agent is different. So I don't know what other travel agents offer, but some of the things that I offer, and I have a list here just so that I don't forget any, and some of the big ones that a lot of you have asked questions about are making those advanced dining reservations at Disney World, Disneyland, even at Aulani, even on Disney Cruise Line. So I work off of an algorithm that helps me to know when these important dates are for each of you and for each destination. And so it is my job, and I take it very seriously to get those reservations for you because that is a huge part of your experience altogether, no matter which Disney destination you are traveling to. So somebody asked if I have access to getting hard to get reservations that they may not have access to. So it is a live system that we all work within. Travel agents, guests, Disney, we all work in the same like booking portal for dining when it comes to dining reservations and really everything. So if something is not available, it's just not available at that time. That being said, I've been doing this for a while, and I've made a lot of dining reservations, like thousands of dining reservations. And fact of the matter is that I just know the best time to make them the day that your dining window opens up. I know the best order to make them in. I know the best way to go about getting those hard to get dining reservations. And if for some reason, like say you book your vacation like a month out and everything is reserved up, there are certain programs that I use to help me find those hard to get reservations. So while it may not be immediate and we may not be able to get it like that day that you want to book your dining reservations, it's not to say that it's completely impossible. I've booked Cinderella's Royal Table, at Disney World on Thanksgiving Day, on Christmas Day, on New Year's Day, when the reservation either originally wasn't available or it was available. I just booked it that same exact day. So it is not to say that it can't be done, but do I have access to anything that anybody else does? No. It's just a matter of being experienced in making those dining reservations so that you know when to make them, the order to make them in, so that you can reserve those or so that I can reserve those for my clients, because dining is a big deal. I have a 4-year-old daughter who is huge into princesses, and I just remember that first princess dining experience with her, and I will never forget the emotions that went through my head as a mom, bringing her daughter to Disney World to dine with princesses for the first time. And I want that for you. I want that for you as a mom. I want that for your daughter. I want that for your son. Oh my gosh, my son and his first dining experience. Like, those are things that I will never forget. And those are things that I don't want you to ever forget. So when I say dining is important to me, it's very important to me. So, and I'm going to try to like speed this up a little bit, because I could literally sit here forever. I've got my coffee, like I'm good, but I know that you all don't have all day. So the other really important thing that travel agents do, or Disney travel agents, I should say, that I do, is I make all my clients fast passes for them. So every client can make 3 fast passes for every day that they have tickets for at Disney World. It is a huge responsibility, and very, very important that that I make those that morning. Now, do I make them for every client? Obviously, if they want to make their own, by all means, they can certainly do that. And I welcome that. I mean, it's your vacation. So I'm here to do as much or as little as you want. I personally like making the fast passes and the dining reservations because I do it very strategically. I do it in a way so that you tour the park in a way that makes sense. So you're not like bouncing from one side of the park to another, wasting your precious time, wasting your steps. So I prefer to make them, but if I have a client who's like, hey, I've done this before, I know exactly what I want to do, I mean, by all means, have at it. Let me know if you need me to jump in and help. And I've done that too. I've had clients that are like, okay, we've done this before, I know exactly what I want. I'll get in and do it. And then I get a text at like 6:05, like, oh my gosh, I don't know, can you do this for me? And I'm like, why not? Yeah, that's what I'm here for. So fast passes I'm very passionate about, because there are some really great rides that I think everybody needs to ride and nobody should wait for. So that, and like I said, I make them in a very strategic manner so that you tour the park in a way that makes sense. And so that they're scheduled around parade times, fireworks, dining reservations, park hours, extra magic hours, crowd times. So those are all things that are taken into consideration for every single client, for every single fast pass that is taken or that is made. So fast passes are a big deal. I help you set up your My Disney Experience account, which is huge. That's how you manage your entire vacation. I help you link your reservation to your account. If you need help, I can help you with your not fast passes, magic bands and getting those ordered, making sure they're there on time so that you have them before your vacation. I can make any specific room request. For example, say you want to be closer to this part of the hotel or you want to be closer to the pool. Easy. Make that recommendation for you or that request for you. Say you've got an infant, you need a pack and play, or you've got a wild 3-year-old in a big kid bed. I can make requests for bed rails. Those are things that I do every single day. Say you're traveling with 2 or 3 other families or 2 or 3 other family members and you all want to be in connecting or adjoining rooms. Done. I do that, like I said, every day. These are requests that I make every single day. If you need a high chair to your room, that's something that can be requested as well. So any type of like special request as far as your vacation goes, that's really what I'm here for. If you need to rent strollers, I can set up stroller rentals. If you need car rentals, I can set up car rentals. If you, most everybody needs some sort of airport transportation or airport transfers. All of that I set up for my clients so that they don't have to. Like my number one goal is to really make or take the confusion out of the Disney vacation. And so doing this all the time, it's not confusing for me. And so that's why I try to take a lot of this load off of my clients because it shouldn't be stressful. It shouldn't be confusing. Especially not if you're using a travel agent. You shouldn't be confused or stressed out. It should just be, there are different steps of the process. And as you go along the planning process, everything starts to fall into place really nicely. So, like I said, airport transfers via Disney's Magical Express, or if you're in Disneyland, the Disneyland Resort Express. If you're going to Aulani, I set up car rentals for you, or a shuttle service, or a private transfer. If you're going on a Disney cruise from Port Canaveral, I set up transportation from your hotel, from the airport to your hotel the night before, and then from the hotel to the port, and then on your way back, set up transportation from the port back to the airport so that you can get back home. Again, things I do every single day. Any type of like specialty reservation, like if there's a dining package that you want, or a dining show, or a like fireworks dessert party, any type of specialty reservation like that, we do all that. If your little one wants to go to the boutique, definitely something that we take care of. We find the location, the time that works best. And I also like to make recommendations based on certain ages. Like, for example, I think the little ones don't last as long in the hair and the dresses. So I think a late afternoon boutique appointment is great for them. It's after their nap. And usually they can wear it before dinner. They make it through the nighttime without like pulling out their hair and like wanting the dress off. So you get your money's worth and everybody's happy. So Bibbidi Bobbidi boutique appointments at Disney World, Disneyland, and on Disney Cruise Line. I take care of all of those for my clients. And then any type of like VIP tour. I have a lot of clients who prefer to go the route of like private VIP tours so that they don't have to worry about where to go when, making fast passes, adhering to those fast passes. So VIP tours are an excellent way to get the most out of your Disney vacation. So I'm very familiar with setting those up. I set those up all the time. They are a ton of fun. That's another service I offer. Somebody else asked me the question, do I have the access to make a reservation at a resort or for a room that is not showing available online? So again, I use the exact same booking portal as what you see online, as what you're going to access if you call into Disney, and as every other travel agent's using. We use a live, like living and breathing booking portal. So if something is not showing up available online, or I call and it's not available, I have a list. I call Disney every day. I call probably every line of Disney's every day, if not multiple times a day. Like, they're on speed dial over here. On my car, on my phone, like they're just I'm always on the phone with somebody at Disney all the time. One of my girlfriends has a running joke because every time she calls, I'm on the other line, and she'll call me and I don't answer, obviously, because I'm on the other line, and she'll text me right back and be like, on the line with Disney, right? I'm like, how did you know? So I literally call into Disney every single day. So if a room or a resort or something specific is not available, I add it to my call list and I check it every day until it's available. To give you an idea, I had a client who was traveling with two of her other sets of family members, and they decided to check in early. Two of the families wanted to check in earlier, and so by the time we went to change, by the time she decided she wanted to check in a couple of days early, the villa was not available for those dates. And this was maybe like a month ago, where she was like, is there any way you can change our check-in date to X date? And I was like, sure, let me check availability. Of course, it was not available for her, but I was like determined, like I will get this villa for her. And so I just added it to my call list, and every time I called into Disney, every single day, multiple times a day, I'm like, is the 1-bedroom at the Contemporary available for these dates in November? And every day I was told, no, it's not available. I finally I asked again the other day, like maybe 2 days ago, and they're like, it's available. So there you go. Happy. Everybody's happy. She's happy. She gets to go with her family. I'm happy because I was able to get that for her. So we all have access to the same availability, but it's a matter of persistence and making sure that you stay on top of those, because availability changes every single day, every minute, almost every second. So in addition to availability, if you need anything modified to your reservation, that's me. I'm your girl. If you need to change your dates, your hotel, your ticket type, your room type, if you want to add a dining plan, take off a dining plan, add transportation, take off transportation, add a memory maker, I have access to your reservation at any point, as long as your reservation is booked under Traveling Years Vacations. So any of those changes that need to be done, as soon as I call into Disney, I make those changes, send you over updated reservation confirmation, and that's it. It's really that easy. So it saves you a lot of time from like doing research on your own, seeing if something is available, how much something would be to add. Saves you a lot of time from calling and spending time on hold, because the hold times with Disney, especially if it's like a busy season or they've just released a new promotion, hold times can be like hours long. I know, I've been there, I've done it. So I have access to do all of that for you, and I'm on the phone with Disney anyway, so I might as well do it for you. Another really big thing that I'm very passionate about is when working with a travel agent is experience. I think there are a lot of like huge Disney fans out there, which is awesome. I mean, who doesn't love Disney? Like, what's not to love about like all of this? Like everything Disney. What is there not to be happy about? But you need somebody who has done it, who has been there, who has gone with kids, with little kids, with babies, with toddlers, with infants. You need somebody who's done it with a stroller. You need somebody who's done it as an adult only, who's done it solo, like no kids, no anybody, just yourself. You want somebody that's done it in a group setting. So thankfully, I've had the opportunity to do all of those because, like I've said, I'm very passionate about making sure that I know as much as I can possibly know when it comes to planning vacations. And so I have literally done all of those. I've done it with an infant. I've done it with a toddler. I've done it with 2 toddlers. I've done it with an infant and a toddler. I've done it with 1 kid. I've done it with no kids. I've done it with 1 husband. I've done it in a large group. I've done it in a small group. So I've been to the parks many times. Last year, I think I was in the park 7 times. And I'm from Texas, so it's not like I just walk next door to Disney World whenever I want. It's a flight, it's a hotel, it's a big deal. But it's important to me to be there, to know these things, to know what's going on. And so experience is a really, really big deal to me. Another reason why experience is so important is because you want to make sure that you're going at the best possible time for your family. You want to go when the crowds are low, or the weather's nice, or rates are best, or they have the best promotions going on. That's what I like eat, sleep, and breathe in every single day. Like if I'm not looking at rates, I'm looking at crowd calendars. If I'm not looking at crowd calendars, I'm looking at promotions. So it's my job to know those things. And so I take it very important to make sure that I make those recommendations, that I'm aware of those things. And these change every year. So it's not like I just know every year this date in February is the best time to go, because it changes. Disney has different events and, like I said, different promotions. And so, different things opening up, like Star Wars Land, which is coming later this year or beginning of next year. So experience is a really, really big deal. We also know like how far in advance you should book your vacation. Somebody asked this in one of the questions, so I want to make sure I answer it. I typically recommend you book your vacation at least 10 to 12 months in advance, at a very, very bare minimum 7 months. So that you can book your dining reservations at the 6-month mark. But that being said, some people don't have that amount of time. Some people don't know. Some people's careers don't allow them to be able to plan that far ahead of time. So I do have clients who, want to book last minute trips. And a lot of times I have to be very honest with them. I'm like, look, I just don't know if this is doable. Like, I don't know if it were me personally, if I would spend that amount of money to go. And the parks are going to be packed and close to capacity. So, I like to be honest and transparent about those things. Sometimes the guest is like very much so like, oh my gosh, okay, like we won't go. Others are like, okay, look, you told us, you've warned us, we know what to expect, we appreciate it. So in a nutshell, I think you should, obviously book your vacation as far out as you want to go. Like if you want to go 500 days in advance, book it 500 days in advance. But I think 10 to 12 months is like the sweet spot. You have pretty much any availability that you want. At the resorts, you'll lock in the current ticket prices, and you'll also be in time to make all of your, we have time to plan out all of your dining reservations, all of your fast passes, so that's not done in a crunch. So another thing that I want to mention is, going back to the experience thing is, aside from being like a Disney fanatic, it's far more than that. It's, when it comes to being a travel agent, do you have experience planning vacations? Do you have experience like helping families with children, spending a lot of money? Do you have experience planning their vacation so that they do it in a way that's seamless, that's not as stressful, that's not as confusing, that is explained in detail so that they understand exactly what to expect? And so that's a big deal to me, more so than like being the Disney fanatic, is having the experience and planning for every type of situation, every type of family. To give you an idea, it's only February and I have almost 500 families, and that's not an exaggeration. I have almost 500 families traveling to some sort of Disney destination this year. So I know a little bit about booking these vacations and helping you to make them as seamless and stress-free. And that's really not to give me any sort of like credibility or like, yay, pat myself on the back. It's really just to say that experience goes a long way. And that's with any career, really. Think about your job that you're in now. Like, you're way better at it now than when you first started. And so, and you have to have experience to get experience. And I was there once too. Like, I started, at the very bottom, not knowing anything, but I learned very quickly. And I've done this a few times. So, and I'm going to be doing it a lot more times this year and next year and the year after that, because I love it. I love what I do. Another thing that travel agents, that I specifically do, is I'm constantly looking for the best rate for your family. Before I look at any standard price or what we call rack rate hotel room, I always am going to be looking for a promotion first. Especially when it comes to Disney. Disney is very, very good at making it easy for us travel agents to find the promotions. So before I go to any standard price room, I am always going to send you pricing for a vacation package with a promotion before anything else. That being said, say you book your vacation like 10 or 12 months in advance and Disney hasn't released their promotions yet for your travel dates. When they do, I'm notified immediately, and I go in almost immediately and apply it to your reservation so that you get those savings. And if for some reason your reservation does not qualify, I kind of coach you through to help get your reservation to qualify. So, like, to give you a really quick example, say like this free dining promotion that just ended. You had to travel from July 5th to September 30th. It had to be a 4-night stay with a 4-day park hopper. So I had a lot of clients who had, like, they had the 4-night stay, but they only had a 3-day park hopper. All I had to do to coach them, to get them to qualify for the free dining, was change their ticket to a 4-day park hopper. Or say they had a 4-day base ticket, we would just change their park ticket to a 4-day park hopper to get them to qualify, so that they can save hundreds of dollars in food. So despite what anybody may say, like, it's probably one of the best feelings in the world to send somebody an email saying, like, hey, I just saved you $1,000. Like, who doesn't want that email? Or, hey, like, I found this room at a way better rate than what's showing online, so what do you think about this? You know, like, it's a big deal to me, because, like, I don't pay for anything full price. There are very few things that I pay for full price, and that's maybe groceries, because I have to. Other than that, like, if I can find a promotion on something, I'm going to. And if I need to wait to do it, I'll wait. But I'm very big on not paying full price if you don't have to, and getting exactly what you want. And most of the time that's doable with Disney. And if it is possible, I will definitely make sure that it happens. So discount hunting is a big one. Another big aspect to working with the Disney Vacation Planner is that we serve as your number one point of contact, so that you don't have to go Googling, like, oh, how do I order my magic bands? Who do I call? What number do I call to change my park ticket? What number do I call to set up my airport transfers? Like, it's literally me. It's one number. It's 713-591-4412. That goes directly to me. And that's exactly what I do. I mean, like I said, I call Disney all day, every day, multiple times a day, to every different branch. I'm talking guest services, tickets, resorts, IT, dining, tours, pretty much every line of Disney that I can call on a daily basis. I'm usually calling them for one thing or another, so that you don't have to. And another reason why this is a huge benefit to you is, say, for example, something in your My Disney Experience account, which is the app that you use to manage your vacations, say something like is awry in your account, like your tickets aren't linked right, or something's going on there. And this happened last week. Actually, I had a client who, she had, it was her room, and then she had 4 other of her family members traveling with her. So they had 5 rooms total, like 15 tickets between all of the rooms, and all the tickets were, like, linked really oddly in her My Disney Experience account. And so she was like, hey, everything's showing up really odd. Can you look into it? I looked into it, and I was like, okay, this is something that I cannot, like, I can't touch these tickets in her account, because it was really weird. So anywho, I put in a call to IT, and they were able to figure it out 2 hours later, which to me isn't a big deal. Like, that's what I do for a living. So it's not a big deal for me to call in and be on hold for, I wasn't on hold for 2 hours. It literally took them almost 2 hours to figure it out. But that was 2 hours that my client didn't have to sit on the phone. Like, she has 2 little kids running around at home. She doesn't have 2 hours to speak with somebody about figuring out her ticket situation for Disney World. I do. This is what I do all day, every day, 8, 10, sometimes 12 hours a day. So literally, like, we serve as your direct point of contact for anything regarding your vacation, whether it's Disney World, Disneyland, Disney Cruise Line, Alani. So use us, like, use me for that. That's what I'm here for. And then I know I mentioned this at the beginning, but I just want to make sure that it's understood that working with myself, an authorized Disney vacation planner, our services are always 100% complimentary. Always. So Disney and Disney's pricing, they have, like, already factored in travel agents, whether you use one or not. So the difference is, you're paying the same, but the difference is the service that you're going to get. So you can book it directly through Disney anytime you want, but you're going to be doing everything on your own. You're going to be making those dining reservations at 5, 6 a.m. the day that your dining window opens up. You're going to be making your FastPass selections. You're going to be setting up your airport transfers, setting up your Magic Band orders, planning out every single day, making any type of special request to your room. Like that, if you book through Disney, and by all means, they're very helpful. So all you do is call and they will help you. But you're going to be the one that has to initiate all of that. Nobody's going to be reminding you of anything. Nobody's going to be reminding you, hey, make your dining reservations tomorrow. Hey, make your fast passes on this day. They will send, like, helpful emails that include this information, but it's not like a one-on-one person that you can contact and say, like, oh my gosh, my fast pass window is tomorrow. What do I do? Which fast passes do I make? Like, you can call them and wait on hold for a little bit, and they might be able to provide some recommendations, or you can probably spend like hours reading blog posts on it. Or you can just call your travel agent. Like, it's really that easy. So like I said, the price that you're paying for your Disney vacation, whether you book it online or through our travel agency, is the exact same. The difference is the service that you're going to get. Because like I said, the way that they've factored in their pricing is they factored in for travel agents. So whether you use one or not, you're still paying, you're somewhere along the road, like paying for it under your Disney vacation. But booking it directly through Disney, you're not getting any of the benefits of using a travel agent. So I just like to be very transparent in that our services are always 100% free when you book your vacation package, whether it's resort only or resort and tickets or tickets only. We book all types of different packages of all different price ranges, from $1,000 to $20,000 to $40,000 vacation packages. So really nothing is off limits, but it is all it is all free to you. And every single trip planned is tailored specifically for that family. Like, for example, I'm not going to plan a trip for a family that has 2 3-year-olds the same way I would plan a vacation for a family that has like tweens or teens or, anything like that. It's very, very different. The kids are going to ride different things. They want to see different things. Like, the younger ones want to see characters. They want to see parades. They want to see shows and fireworks. Whereas the older ones, they want to ride the rides. Like, they're like, what characters? So they're all very, very different. And that's kind of the personal touch that comes with working with a travel agent is them having that experience to help you make those, or to be able to make those recommendations specifically for your family. Because if you've never gone before, you don't know what to expect. You don't know what your kids are going to like, and you don't know what to plan if you've never been before. You don't know what's there. So use somebody that has. I know somebody. So really, I'm really here to do as much or as little as you want. I do this full time. I tell all my clients, I do this full time so that you don't have to, because you probably have a full-time job, whether it's in an office or you're a stay-at-home mom. Those are both full-time jobs. This is mine. And I have spent hours and months and days and years researching this so that you don't have to. I eat, sleep, and breathe this stuff. And if you think I'm not kidding, be a fly on the wall at like dinner time or when the kids go to bed and it's all me and my husband talk about. So I'm literally, a lot of people say, like, I feel like you kind of became, like, when I was planning my vacation, like, you became like my Disney bestie. Like, you're the person I could go to like frantically like freak out when I got like a really hard to get dining reservation, or be excited about when my kid met Alice from Alice in Wonderland. So I love hearing that. That's kind of what I'm here for, to become like your Disney bestie. I think that's a really cute way of putting it. So I like when people say that. And we're here for you from the minute you start thinking about your vacation until far after you get back from your vacation. So we're there from the beginning planning stages, like figuring out which resort's best for your family, which rides are going to be best for fast passes, which characters are best for character dining experiences, to, okay, it's 2 weeks before your vacation, let's go over your final itinerary, let's discuss all of the details, let's answer any questions you might have, to, okay, you're on your vacation, you're there now, and you need to know how to get your refillable drink mug, or how many dining credits you have with your dining plan. We're there even when you're on your vacation. Like, I get texts all the time like, hey, how many dining credits do I get with this? Or, hey, how many dining credits is this restaurant? Hey, what do you think? Should I do a fast pass for this or that? Absolutely. Call, text, email in a pinch, especially when you're on your vacation. That's important to me. It's important to you. Until when you get back. I mean, I've had clients call me like the week after their vacation and be like, hey, how do I download my photos? Or how do I book my next vacation? Or, hey, we did this. What was that called? We're here afterwards. We're here 6 months, a year, 2 years, 5 years later after your vacation to hopefully help you book more vacations. So we're there throughout the entire process. There's there's really nothing that I love more than that like long-term relationship with a client. Somebody that I get to know and I get to know their kids and they send me pictures when they're on vacation or when they get back. I love that. That's so rewarding for what I do all day, every day. So I hope that I've answered some of your questions. I tried to make this short. Here we are 35 minutes later, and I'm just yapping on and on. So I hope I have answered the question of why use a Disney vacation planner. Somebody did ask the question, what do I get if I don't use a Disney vacation planner? And my only thought is you don't get a Disney bestie. Who doesn't want that? You don't get help making your dining reservations or your fast passes. You don't get helpful reminder emails or help with itinerary planning. You don't get that personalized touch when it comes to planning your vacation, or that one-on-one main point of contact when it comes to, you know, changing something or adding a request or a reservation. So I honestly can't think of one thing that you do get when you don't use a Disney travel agent, but I can think of a ton of things that you don't get when you book it on your own and you plan it on your own. And one of the biggest things that you don't get is your time back. Because I know as a mom and a business owner and all the things, like, time is so valuable, and time is money, and time is time with your kids and your family, and time is precious. So why spend it reading every single possible Disney blog and joining every possible Disney Facebook group when that's what I do all day anyways? Like, I'm a part of all those Facebook groups. I read all of the blogs. I get all the notifications. I am such a nerd, and I watch Disney YouTube videos at night with my husband. Like, these are the things that I do to help save you time. So if there's one major thing I can say that you don't get when you book it on your own, is you don't get the time back that you're going to spend in planning all of it. So if you have any questions, seriously, about working with a travel agent or my services specifically, or any other benefits to using a Disney vacation planner, let me know. That's what I'm here for. That's why I filmed this video, because I'm very passionate about it, and I want the world to know what, you know, the benefits that come with working with somebody who does this full time every day, who spends every waking moment pretty much focused on vacation planning and your vacation specifically. So seriously, if you have questions, you can message me on Instagram, or you can email me at stephanie@travelingears.com. I would love to help you and your family plan your next vacation. If I'm already working with you to plan your vacation, thank you. Use me. Call me if you have questions. That's what I'm here for. And feel free to visit our website anytime to check out the rest of our services, read any of our up-to-date blog posts. Our website is www.travelingears.com.